Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you my contract notes. So just basic notes, and I thought it might help somebody who's learning about contract law. So this is just basic video on contract law and the legal principles. So if you just want a basic overview, then just stay on this video and I'll get into it. So let's open some of my notes that I have made. So I've got here contract law, and basically, what is a contract? A contract is an agreement between parties and it is enforceable in law. There's all kinds of contracts that are formed in the day, like for example when you go to the shop and you buy a bottle of milk, that is and you make a payment, that is a form of a sale contract. So we be part of contracts on a daily basis and we don't even know that. And also, here are some of the business sort of contracts that we encounter. So there's a selling of property and premises, a selling of services. Selling a contract is basically like selling a car or a computer. And then I put contract of services is, for example, employee is promising to provide a service in exchange of a wage. So that's a bit of like consideration I'm just talking about. And then also you've got the rental contract, which is business, when you hold business holds a lease of a premises. And selling of services, for example, a factory supplying apples to a company like a supermarket who is selling products like apples. So that's just a few examples. Now we're moving on to what is a valid contract. So you have to have these points to form a valid contract, and they have to be present in your contract to be valid. So you can't really take a matter to court if these points are not, considered. Anyway, so the first one is there has to be an offer and acceptance between both parties, and there also has to be an intention to create legal relations. There also consideration has to be given to both parties, so that could be exchange of both receiving something from one another, like a payment, or like say for example you're buying an item, you're going to buy that ring, and in exchange I'm accepting a ring, so that's your consideration. And you have to have legal capacity of the contract, it has to be legal, and not the other matter is not duress or illegal matter. So if it's an illegal matter, you're doing a contract which is, for example, drugs, and you're selling them, that is not a void contract, and you can't address that in court or challenge that because you based it on illegal matters, so that won't be accepted. And then moving on to my other part of notes that I've made, these basically I've put down here the invitation to treat, and there has to be these elements to form a contract. So you have to have an invitation to treat, which I will go through in shortly. Then there has to be an offer, there has to be an acceptance by both parties, and consideration, exchange of something, which we talked about earlier. Then we have invitation to treat. So I thought I'd explain to you because it can be quite confusing. Is it an offer or is it an invitation to treat? So invitation to treat is a willingness to receive offers from people. So it's like a displaying, when you're displaying something. So an advertisement would be known as an invitation to treat. You've got auction, that would also be a willingness to receive offers. You're not offering it to one person, there's a lot of people there, and it's not an offer because it's a willingness to receive offers from others. Display of goods on shelves, that is also a willingness to receive. So when you're entering into a shop and you have a display of products or vitamins, that's an invitation because it's a willingness to receive offers. Nothing's been sold at you. And also you should remember that if the product is not priced correctly, it doesn't amount to an offer because it's invitation to treat. And you will also learn these terms in when you're doing your law degree or postgraduate. Offerer is a person making an offer. Offeree is the offer to whom it is being made to. And there was one case that I was looking at today, which was invitation to treat, which I found was quite useful to understand, because invitation to treat can be quite confusing. Is it offer or is it invitation to treat? So I was looking at the case of Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain versus Boots, and basically it was held that displaying of goods on shelves amounts to invitation to treat. It was not an offer, and it only amounts to an offer when the customer takes action and places the goods in his basket. That amounts to an offer to buy. So that should give you some clarity on what an offer is and invitation to treat is. So I hope you enjoyed this video and subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading some of my notes that I'm making for my law, and it will also be useful for you to understand. Thanks for watching.